Hi guys, James from DBG here, and welcome to the third and final instalment of the eBay Ork project. Excuse me. As you can see, everything is painted and complete and fixed. The war boss is there, but as you know, that's my war boss, not the person who sold it to me, the war boss. His war boss did arrive. He is just over here. This is his war boss. As you can see, it's in quite a good nick. Very neatly painted, even some highlights going on. But he's going to be put to one side, and I'm going to use him for a basis for a conversion for something. I don't quite know what yet, but maybe a different type of war boss. Maybe chop his head off, change the arms around when I get some other kits. So anyway, so that's the one that should have arrived but didn't. Anyway, so what have we got? Well, you know what we've got because you've seen this before. But so I'll sort of lay it out in the way I'm going to run it as an army. As I said, this is 1300 points, just over. I want to make it 1500. All I need to do is whack in a battle wagon with the one of the cannon on the back, and that puts it up to 1500, just under. And then my other plans to expand it are 2 trucks, one for these 2 small mobs of boys, an additional 5 knobs, so the knobs kit, so I get all the extra stuff like power claws, kill saws, big choppers, scorchers, that sort of thing. Excuse me, sorry, another one. And last but not least, 2 of the I can't remember what they're called, but the new buggy type things. I think it's a booster blaster are the ones I like, so I'm going to get 2 of them. So yeah, that takes me up to 2000, just under 1997 I think the points come to. But yeah, that's something I'm going to be working on for many weeks and months to come when money comes in, etc, etc. Anyway, so without further ado, let's have a look at what we've got. So as I said, we've got 2 small 11 orc units of boys. They will be in trucks eventually, so they can rush forward and take objectives and then beat people up. You have your standard mob of 30 boys here, with a weird boy who I've upgraded to a warp head. So he can do the jump, and then the one that gives me extra attacks, I can't remember. We have the knobs. They're all the same, they're all armed with chopper and slugger, the war boss, and then 9 killer cans. There's 1 unit of 3 which all have the rocket launchers, and 1 unit of 6 which has 3 Grotzukas and 3 big shooters. And the Grotzukas now are far more viable than they were because they are heavy weapons. So with the new 9th edition rules, it means they can move and shoot with no penalty, which is better. And I also think they blast as well, which is very handy when coming up against big mobs of people. And then last but not least, we have the 3 deathcopters at the back. Now they are glued onto the fly stands. I have a separate box, carry case, something to put them in. These are going in the standard box. They're going in the separate box so they don't get knocked about and are broken. So it's enough of me waffling. Let's have a look at some of these bad boys. So let's start with the war boss himself. Now I've done a 3-level highlight on the skin and the leather and the red. I've done 3-level highlight on that, and some battle damage as well. And I've done all optics in a natural glassy blue, and obviously classic goblin green rims of the bases. Here's the weird boy. I know it's Edge of Sigmar, but he fits really well in the 40k army. There is a 3-level highlight on the red of his cloak. You can't really see it. It's more to do with the lighting than anything. I'll just have a look at a couple of the knobs, just to because everything is green and red, because these guys are evil sons. I've done a bit of freehanding on most of the knobs, just so they're more obvious on the battlefield. So some checkerboard and jags and things. Here's the knob for one of the small units. This was the first unit I did, and I wasn't sure what direction to go in, so he hasn't really got a lot of yellow on him. It's mainly black and red. And I love this model. I love the big shooter. May not be particularly game-breaking weapon, but I do love it. Get there. Right. Deathcopter. Don't know if you're going to see this one. Yeah, I found some decals. So I put some evil sons on the cowling. And this one's a bit more obvious. Some of the decals I did some bit of weathering. Last but not least, some of the killer cans. Now this is one of the ones that I didn't build. So for a start I wouldn't have put the driller on it because the driller's not very good. But it doesn't really matter. And I think you might be able to see the 3-level highlight on the red. Again, trying to accentuate the battle damage. It's quite fun to paint, quite laborious to paint because of the because of all the red. Having to go over it a number of times to get a nice smooth coat. Then with the recess wash and tidying that up. Yeah, and that's one of the ones with the rockets. So yeah, so that is the Ebay Ork project complete. This is now going to go into the cases, as I mentioned before. And as this is now March, this has been filmed on the 1st of March, I have March's job to start, which is going to have some interesting stuff to do in it, which you will obviously see in an upcoming video. So, as usual guys, please do check the links in the description for all the YouTube stuff, all the sponsors and affiliates, Goblin Gaming, Patreon, etc, etc, etc. Click on it, help us out, especially in these uncertain times. It really does help us out. And as usual guys, thank you for watching, stay safe, and I'll catch you next time.